What is up, guys? DZ here, and this Thursday is going to be the last locals I go to for quite a while. I'm starting up classes next week, and I picked up a course that is on the same day of my locals, and the class ends 15 minutes past when locals start, so I would have to completely skip class to go to locals, which isn't quite worth it. School comes first, and then also, my first break from school, I'm going to Disney World, so I won't be able to go to locals that week. So won't be playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit here. I'll obviously keep up with the game so I can keep up with my writing. At Toronto, I won't be playing. I know I mentioned that before, but I will be working there, so I won't need a prepare deck for that. So the only thing I really need a prepare deck for is one last locals and a regional on September 15th. And I just want to play the deck that has the most trap cards possible, while also just not losing to floodgates, and also having really good standalone monsters. So that pretty much just comes down to Geargia. I originally started with spirits, but spirit monsters just aren't good enough right now, and they're just not fast enough. If you're gonna play spirits, you might as well play Satellas. So basically, you're gonna use the thing I like. The reason I'm playing Geargia and not Satellas is because I feel these cards are better alone, and I feel the deck is a little bit more consistent. Satellas are obviously better in other ways, they have Altair. They have the Stellar Exceed monsters, which are really good, and they have Altair, which is a 1-card Exceed monster, where all of these are 2-card Exceed monsters that you're just getting the second card for free. So it's a little confusing, but I really like this deck, and it's what I'm comfortable going first with. And it's probably what I'm going to play at my regional if I don't play Cosmo. But I just like trap cards, man. They're fun. So we're playing 3 armor. Not really needing to explain that. We're playing 3 Arsenal. Arsenal is really cool, and I like him because he's the biggest attacker. 3 Accelerator. I'm only playing 2 Augur. I don't like this card very much. The only time it's superior than armor is when you have Soul Charge or when you're going first. Because if you're not going to attack anyway, this guy's just better than armor because it gets you to the Exceed monster first turn. But most of the time, armor is just better. So I'm only playing 2 of these. If you open this guy armor going first, you usually go with this guy. But I don't know. And he's cool too, because if you open him and Accelerator turn 1, then you end your turn with 2 Gear Gigants for free and another search. And then I'm playing 1 Geargia. Basically, I think it's really important for this deck to have Geargia as a floater. And if you don't play this card, I'm not playing MK2 or whatever, but if you don't play this card, it's just every time he dies, you're not gaining anything. So I like this guy to replace him. Basically, what you do is that if you have Accelerator armor first turn, you'll just set armor pass, and if they attack and if they don't kill the armor, next turn you search the Geargia, so then you can go Special Accelerator, make Geargia, detach the armor, add an Accelerator from deck to your hand, and then you normal summon this guy, Special Accelerator, tribute this guy for armor, and make a second Geargia, or whatever Exceed you want to, it doesn't really matter. And at that point, if the Geargia dies, you can just bring back this guy, and then I don't know, I just think that's really important, so I think you have to play him. Geargia Gear is still at 1, so you can't play the full suite, which I think overall makes the deck more consistent, but obviously makes it less explosive too. Seeing this is just a deck that I want to play for fun. We're just playing basically all my favorite cards in the game, so we're going to play 2 Murmillo, pretty good standalone monster. 1 Thunder King, similarly. I mean, Thunder King's good in any deck that has lots of traps, but and both those cards come with Call of Hunter, which we're playing one of this ugly piece of shit. So what's cool about this guy, and I don't think a lot of people know, if you look up the rulebook, what the battle step is, and shout out to Jonathan Moore for pointing this out on his House of Champions channel, but the battle step happens right after the start step of the battle phase, and then after every damage step. So what that means is you don't have to special summon this guy on attack declaration. You can just summon him when the battle phase starts, or after an attack happens, or after any attack happens. So you can wait for your opponent's attack with all their monsters, special him after that. You can also, you don't even have to plan on attacking. You can just enter the battle phase with no monsters, special this guy. if you really need like a desperate rank 4 play and you don't have an accelerator combo. So he's really cool, and he puts damage on board, so knowing rulings is helpful. For hand traps, we're playing 2 Maxi, Ladder to Burning Abyss at my locals, and then 2 Veiler. Pretty standard cards, and drawing cards this deck gets you places because you can just draw like a million monsters and then do shit. We're just playing 3 spells, basically the 3 best generic spells. So Soul Charge, which is insane in this deck, Book, which is really good, and then Regeki. I don't think any of those cards need explanation. They're just very good. For the traps, aka the reason we're playing this deck, 3 Fiendish, 2 Breakthrough. I don't think Breakthrough is nearly as good as Fiendish, so we're just playing 2. 2D Prison, pretty good card. 2 Call, I really like this card. It makes your deck a lot more aggressive. Combos with Murmelo, Armor, and Thunder King, so that's all really neat. I'm playing 2 Nightmare. I don't like this card that much, but like, I think you gotta play it. I think it's better than Void Trap Hole right now. I think it's also better than, I don't know, like you can play a Time Space, like that's what I was originally doing, but I think 2 of these just the simplest way. We're also playing the Bottomless, because unfortunately Bottomless is limited. And then we're playing Blackhorn, because Exciton is really fucking annoying. Divine Wrath, because I like Divine Wrath, and this is going to be, like, I just want to play, like, my favorite cards, so Divine Wrath is going in there. Mere Force, because bad players play into it a lot. Emptiness, and Warning. So that's it for the main deck. Extra deck is fairly standard here. So we have the 3 X's. Definitely need to play 3 of these guys. Exciton Knight, Carnagorgon, Diamond Crab King, Castel, this guy, Dweller, Emerald, who's really important. I was actually considering playing a Jar of Avarice, but I just don't really want to drop a real trap card for like a fake trap card, so we're just going to stick with the Emerald. But yeah, it really sucks if the Emerald gets killed and you don't get its effect off, because then you just need to shuffle back accelerators, basically. Ragna Zero, 1-on-1, Diamond Dire for Floodgates, Cowboy, and then these 2 guys, because Burning Abyss is actually pretty annoying for this deck, so if you've already used your Dweller, I just make the Diamond. And then probably the biggest reason I'm playing this deck is because Geargia can search out things. For example, search out Cyber Dragon, which allows you to go into your Chimera tech. I'll probably play 2 of these if I can find a second one. One in the extra and then one on the side, just because I don't want to take up 2 side deck spots for it. But anyway, this is like GG against Cosmos. Cosmos are really tough for a lot of decks to get over, namely Forerunner, or just like, even if you get rid of them by like Destruction, they just replace themselves. So a lot of the times, and like Jeff was doing this too, but like Cyber Dragon is just a really good out to the Cosmo cards, and it's really important in the mirror match, but we can search out Cyber Dragon from our deck and grave with the Gear Gigant, so that's neat. And then 1 Psycho Reader, really good against the Tellers, probably beginning popularity after their Worlds win. And you can search it because it's a machine. So Scarecrow, same thing. Lancia, you could cheat and search it, no, but you can't search Lancia, but we're just playing 1. And then the spells is pretty straightforward here. 3 MST, Decree's pretty fucking annoying, so we're doing that. 2 Necro Valley, this card's okay, basically just side this against Infernoids. I was maining them the last time I updated this deck profile, but like, I think just siding is fine right now. 2 Iron Wall really fucks up Cosmo, as well as Infernoids. 2 Shadowmere, pretty neat card if you ask me, because like Burning Abyss is pretty tough to beat. So Shadowmere is great. And then 1 Soul Drain, because Soul Drain fucks up a lot of shit. So that's the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.